Beth, Kirian just texted me to tell me that you've gone into labor? How could you do that whilst I'm not there? I told you not to have the baby this weekend because I was away, and you've gone and done exactly the opposite of what I said. I bet you've done it on purpose, haven't you? Simply because you don't like me. How selfish of you. I will definitely be having words with Kirian about this. You can't just go and do whatever you want, especially when I've told you not to do something. Beth, are you going to answer me, or are you just going to ignore me like a petulant child when they've been told off? Hello?
Mom, it's Kieran. We really don't have time for your dramatics right now. Stop trying to make everything about you. This is mine, Beth's, and our baby's time now. Oh, and do you know how ridiculous you sound right now? Beth hasn't decided to have the baby simply because you're not here. It doesn't work like that, and you know it doesn't. Stop trying to cause an argument, especially with my wife who has just gone into labor. She has enough to stress about at the minute. She doesn't need you adding to it. I'll message you sometime later. For now, just leave me and Beth alone to get through this. Now, goodbye.
Well, how rude. I was just explaining how I was disappointed that I wouldn't be able to be at the birth of my grandchild. No need to get so snappy with me. Kirian. Fine, be like that. See if I care. Just know that you won't be getting any presents or anything from me for this baby. Not after how you've treated me. Now don't bother messaging me. I mean it. I won't answer. Got it? Kirian, why didn't you message me to tell me your baby has been born? I had to find out through a post on Facebook? What's that about? I'm your mother.
You told me not to bother messaging you last night because you wouldn't answer. You know, when you were throwing that huge tantrum simply because Beth went into labor and you weren't here to come to the hospital.
Well, you still should have texted me. Whether I responded or not doesn't matter. It's only courteous to tell your mom that her grandchild has been born. What was the baby anyway?
Do you mean, was it a boy or a girl?
Yes, of course. What was it?
She's a little girl, and we've decided to name her Aurora.
Oh, what a stupid name. That child will be cursing you for the rest of her life because of the name you gave her. Why not give her a proper name? Something like Laura, Margaret, or even Joan.
You want us to name our daughter after you?
Well, why not? Fathers name their sons after them all the time. Why can't I have a little baby Joan?
Because she isn't your baby? She's mine and Beth's. So we're allowed to name her what we like, and for the record, everyone we've talked to has said that they love her name and that it makes her sound like a little princess.
Well, of course they'd say that. They're just as dumb and idiotic as you and that wife of yours. Oh well. I guess it can't be helped though. So I'll be around in about 2 hours to see my granddaughter. Make sure the house is tidy and ready for me.
Whoa, hold up. We haven't even left the hospital yet, so you won't be going anywhere. Besides, me and Beth have decided that we want a few days of peace and quiet to just spend them being a little family and bonding with our new daughter. When we're ready for visitors, we'll let people know, but that won't be for at least a few days first.
So not only did Beth go into labor when I specifically told her not to, but now she's refusing me my right to see my grandchild?
You don't have any right to my baby whatsoever, and if you want to play any part in her life at all, then you better start working on your attitude because I won't have you coming around and acting like this in front of my daughter. Honestly, you're acting like a 5-year-old.
I'm not the problem. You and Beth are. You're acting all high and mighty just because you've had a baby. Newsflash. You're not the first people to have a child, and you certainly won't be the last. It's nothing special. So why you and your wife have decided that you're too good to let people come and see the baby until you deign it okay is beyond me. Honestly, if you don't let me see her today, then don't expect me to come over when you beckon me to.
Fine, don't bother coming around at all then. You're the only one who's gonna miss out. Me and Beth are more than happy putting all of our time, effort, and love into Aurora, whether you're there or not.
Ugh, your generation is so disrespectful nowadays. Whatever happened to listening and respecting your elders?
You get respect when you show people respect. You can't just go around demanding it and then treating people like rubbish because they haven't done what you said or let you get your way. It doesn't work like that.
Fine then. I'll wait until you let me know when I can come and see my granddaughter. But you better not make me wait too long.
You will wait until me and Beth are ready to have visitors. Being first-time parents isn't gonna be easy, and we want to try and establish a routine before anyone comes over to see us. It'll just make things much easier for us.
Fine, fine. Well, I suppose I'll have plenty of time with the baby in a couple of months when Beth goes back to work. You'll need a babysitter, and as I'm the child's grandmother, I'm obviously the one who will look after her.
Actually, we'll be fine for a little while. Me and Beth have been saving up since we knew we were gonna have a baby, and we've actually got quite a nice little nest egg. It's enough that Beth won't have to go back to work for quite a while anyway, at least 6 months.
Well, you'll need me eventually.
We'll see. Anyway, I'm going now. Beth is waking up and I want to spend time with my wife and our baby, not arguing with you.
Fine, I won't bother you again. Geez, talk about an ungrateful and selfish son.
Seriously, Joan? What is wrong with you? Why did you do that?
What?
You know what? You purposefully called attention to me whilst I was feeding Aurora today. So much so that I had to leave and go into some horrible, filthy toilets just to finish feeding her.
Well, you shouldn't have been breastfeeding her in the middle of the park. People go there for a nice, family-friendly walk, not to be flashed by some tart on a park bench. It's not right for a woman to just suddenly stop and pull her top down in front of everyone.
First of all, I can feed my baby wherever I like, whenever she gets hungry. And secondly, there should be no shame in feeding my baby, especially considering I even had a blanket covering her head, so absolutely nothing could be seen. The only reason anyone began to have a problem with it is because you decided to practically shout it out to the whole park what I was doing. No one would have cared otherwise. Because of you, I had to go to a filthy public toilet, sit on the loo which had no lid, and balance as I tried to finish feeding my daughter. It was unsanitary and just unpleasant, and there was no need for that to happen at all.
You shouldn't even be breastfeeding her. Bottles are much better and easier.
I'll feed my daughter how I like, thank you very much. And if you think that you're going to be coming out with me and Aurora again anytime soon, you are sadly mistaken.
What? You can't do that. I am her grandmother. I'm allowed to see my granddaughter whenever I want to.
No, you can see her when I or Kieran say you can. She's our daughter, so we decided who she sees and who she doesn't. With how you've behaved these last couple of weeks, you're now on the list of people we don't want interacting with our baby. Not until you sort out your behavior.
You're the worst thing to happen to my family. I hope you know, Kieran listened to me before you came along. He would do whatever I said whenever I said it. Now all he does is argue with me and talk back to me. And it's all your fault. In fact, with how you two behave, you don't deserve to raise a child. She's just going to end up as spoiled, disrespectful, and horrible as you are.
As long as she doesn't turn out like you, I'll be happy.
How dare you?
Whatever, Joan. I'm done talking to you now. Aurora is waking up from her nap and she'll want to feed again soon. So I'm going to go and spend time with my daughter. I don't have the time nor the patience to deal with you right now.
You make it sound like I'm some sort of chore.
Well, with how you're acting lately, you are.
I'll have you know I'm extremely pleasant and lots of people like me.
Great. Go spend time with them and leave me alone.
I honestly wish you weren't my daughter-in-law.
And I wish you weren't my mother-in-law. But seeing as I love Kieran, that's not going to change anytime soon.
Just so you know, your baby hasn't got a chance if she's got you for a mother. She deserves someone much better to raise her.
I love my daughter and I will be the best mother I can be for her. Will I make mistakes? Yeah, probably. But I'm still learning myself. It doesn't mean I'm a bad mom, especially if I learn from what I do wrong and make sure to fix anything that needs fixing.
Oh, please. You can stop with that righteous rubbish. It's only a way to stop yourself feeling so guilty about being a terrible mother. It doesn't actually mean anything.
If that's what you want to think, then so be it. But I know what's right and what's not.
Ugh. I'm going to have to go because everything you're saying is literally making me feel ill. It's so preachy and lovey-dovey, it's completely stupid. Although, coming from you, it's not that surprising.
Goodbye, Joan. You're not welcome around my house for the time being, so please don't come round. You'll just be turned away.
We'll see about that.
Kieran? Kieran, you need to come home right now.
Beth, what's wrong?
Your mom has broken into our house whilst I was having a nap and has tried to kidnap our daughter.
What? Is she okay?
Who? Aurora or your mom? Because if it's your mom, she's about to be as not okay as she could possibly be.
No, Aurora, is she okay? Does my mom have her, or is she with you?
Luckily, her crying woke me up as your mom was trying to pick her up. I was able to grab Aurora and she's not left my arms since. But your mother is still here and she's ranting like a crazy woman. I seriously need you to come and do something about her, as she's scaring both me and our daughter.
Wait right there. I'll be home as quickly as I can. Mom, what the hell do you think you're doing?
Kieran, what do you mean?
Don't. I know you literally just tried to kidnap my daughter. You're terrifying my wife and you're acting like a crazy person. What the hell is wrong with you?
There's nothing wrong with me. I'm trying to do what's right for my granddaughter.
You tried to kidnap my daughter. You are literally acting like a crazy person.
What? No, I'm not. I just know that if she's left in the care of you and Beth, little Joan isn't going to be brought up properly. She's going to be spoiled and disrespectful and a horrible little girl. However, if I raise her, she'll be lovely and sweet and caring, just like me.
Little Joan? Her name is Aurora. Jeez, that's it. I think you've actually lost your mind.
No, I haven't. Just stop being so disrespectful to me. You used to listen to me and do what I said. So, if you truly love me, you'll let me take your daughter to raise her the right way.
No.
Huh? What do you mean, no?
You're not having her. You're not ever gonna see her again or have anything to do with her. I'm fed up with this disgusting behavior of yours. Both me and Beth have told you to sort out how you've been acting if you wanted any hope of being involved in our daughter's life. But you've completely ignored what we said and you've gone in some crazy tantrum where you've decided that kidnapping my daughter is okay. I'm not having it. If you don't get out of my house and away from my family right now, I'll call the police and have you arrested for attempted kidnapping, trespassing, or whatever else I can think of. I'll also be getting a restraining order against you for all of my family. We don't want anything to do with you. You've had your chances, you've blown them. There's nothing left to do now but remove you completely from our lives.
But I'm your mother.
No, you're just a crazy woman who won't stop harassing my family. You gave up your right to call yourself my mother when you didn't respect or listen to me when I tried to set boundaries for myself and my family.
Well, can you blame me? Beth is a terrible mother. Your baby won't be raised properly. I can help. I raised you, didn't I?
And I'm just amazed and grateful that I didn't turn out crazy like you.
I'm not crazy.
I'm pretty sure breaking and entering into someone's home just to steal their child is a pretty insane thing to do. Don't you think so?
No.
Uh-huh, sure. That sounded convincing.
But it's not fair. I want a daughter to raise. You shouldn't get to have one whilst I don't.
So, you're basically saying that you wish you'd never had me and that you wanted a daughter instead? Wow, thanks for that, Mom.
No, that's not what I meant. I just wish I could have had a daughter as well. And, well, now that you've had a daughter, I just thought that I could raise her, you know? You could finally get rid of that horrible wife of yours and we could go back to being a happy family together. Me, you, and little Joan. You would listen to me again, like you used to, and we would all be happy.
Okay, that is so messed up in so many ways. Plus, it's never gonna happen. I love Beth, and there's no way I'm just gonna leave her simply because you've decided that you don't like her. What's more, even if me and Beth split up, there's no way I just let you raise my daughter. She's still my daughter, and I'm still more than capable to raise her properly on my own. Luckily, I won't have to find out how to do it alone because I have Beth. And we're more than happy to raise our daughter together. We love one another and our little girl, and nothing is going to tear our little family apart. Especially not you.
You make me seem like the most horrible person alive. I'm not that bad. You and Beth are the ones pushing me to act like this. If you would just let me spend time with my granddaughter how I like whenever I want to, then we wouldn't be having these problems.
For the last time, she's our daughter, not yours. You don't get any say in what goes on in her life, and I think until you learn that, it would be better if you just stayed away from me and my family permanently.
You can't do that, Kieran.
Yes, I can, actually. And just so you know, I'm almost back home, so if you haven't left by the time I get there, I will follow through on my threat and call the police.
Fine, I'm going. Don't expect me to ever help you out again.
Sounds good to me. You've been more of a hindrance than a help anyway, so by you leaving, we'll have one less problem to deal with and a whole lot of stress removed.
Ugh, you're supposed to be upset that I'm going.
I'm the one who asked you to go.
If I go now, just know, I won't be coming back ever. This will be the last message you ever see or hear from me. Do you really want that?
If it means keeping my family safe because you can't just act like a normal person, then it's just a consequence I'll have to live with. In the end, you're the one choosing to leave my life, not the other way around. You've made this situation yourself. No one else has forced you to be so horrible and impossible to be around. That's all you.
So you're seriously okay with letting your own mother go off into the world alone where anything can happen to her?
You're a grown woman. I'm sure you can handle yourself just fine.
Fine then, I'm going. I hope you and your stupid wife are happy now.
Not really. I'm sad that my own mom can't be civil enough to be a part of my life. I thought you were better than what you've been doing. Oh well, I guess even those you think you know can surprise you. Anyway, I'm home now, so I hope you aren't here when I walk through the front door.
Don't worry, I won't be.
Goodbye then, Mom. I hope you have a nice life.
Whatever, I hope yours is terrible.
Classy. Goodbye.
Bye.
After my mom's crazy kidnapping attempt, I did get a restraining order against her, just in case, for all my family. However, true to her word, I've not seen or heard from her since that day. Even though I'm sad that she's not in my life anymore, the woman who raised me seems to have disappeared and been replaced by someone who is selfish, narcissistic, and horrible. And I'm glad not to have to deal with someone like that anymore. Since my mom left, life has gotten much easier for me, Beth, and our little girl. We're much calmer and much more happy now as a family. We spend as much time as possible together, and me and Beth are enjoying every moment of being new parents. And we're even discussing possibly having a second child, although that might be a little ways off yet. Either way though, I can't wait.
Hey, I've got some exciting news to share. You won't believe it.
Hold on, Alice, what's this I hear about an argument with my sisters?
It's nothing, really. It's just that they keep showing up unannounced with their kids. And they practically clean out our fridge. I got fed up and I told them about it very politely, but they mocked me, Nathan. You won't believe, Juliet called me childless.
Come on, Alice, they practically raised me. Besides, I buy the groceries, so what's the problem?
Nathan, you rarely buy groceries. I'm the one who ends up restocking everything most of the time.
Well, that's because I don't have time. And that's not the point, Alice. You shouldn't have issues with my sisters. They're family.
Family or not, boundaries are important, Nathan. Julie really hurt my feelings, and Jess just stood there laughing.
You should be used to them by now. Deal with it.
You know I didn't text you to start a fight, dear. I have some good news.
You're pregnant?
Gosh, no. Okay, I bought a house for my parents.
You what? Where'd you get money for that?
It's from my business, Nathan. I've been doing really well, and I wanted to do something special for my parents.
You can't just buy a house without discussing it with me first. What a waste of money, Alice.
Nathan, they're my parents, and they mean the world to me. They've always supported us, and I wanted to give back to them. Plus, they deserve a comfortable place to live. You said it yourself last year that the house they lived in sucked.
I didn't say you should get them a house. They should fend for themselves, Alice. You can't just throw money away like this.
I understand your concern, but I used my own money, and I thought it would be a great way to take care of my parents in their retirement. My parents are important to me. I couldn't stand seeing them struggle anymore.
I'm your husband, Alice. You need to inform me of every decision you make.
Nathan, I thought you'd be happy for me. This was supposed to be good news. I can't believe you're reacting like this. You're making me regret my decision.
Suit yourself. I don't have to be thrilled about it.
I thought you'd understand that I wanted to do something special for my parents.
We'll talk about it later. I need some time to think.
I didn't think I needed to ask for permission. I just wanted to make my parents happy.
We'll talk later, Alice.
Fine, Nathan. I just wish you could see how important this is to me.
Alice, I can't believe how huge this house is. It's amazing.
Really? I thought you said I was wasting my money.
Don't get me wrong, Alice. At first, I had my doubts, but seeing it in person changes everything. This place is incredible. I can't believe you got this for just your parents. Maybe it's not such a bad idea.
Really? I knew you'd like it once you saw it in person. Oh, honey, I'm so relieved.
You know, Alice, I love you so much. I appreciate what you've done for your parents.
I love you too, Nathan. It means a lot that you're supportive now.
You know, I've been thinking, since this house is so big, we could all live here together. You, me, and your parents?
Move in with my parents? Are you sure about that?
Yeah, Alice, it makes sense. We could all be one big happy family. No need to go visit them every time. They'll be with us 24/7.
That sounds different, but I'm not sure if it's a good idea.
Alice, I thought you'd want this. Besides, it's a great way for us to be able to take care of your parents in their old age.
Well, I do love having my parents around, but it's a big step. And what about our house?
Don't worry, we'll sell it and invest the profits. Everything will be fine.
Nathan, I need some time to think about all of this. It's a big decision.
Of course, take your time, but I really think this is the best decision for us. We'll be one big, happy family under one roof.
All right, Nathan. If you think it's best, I agree. You know how much I love having my parents around. I'm sure they would love to live with us too.
Great, and you know what, Alice? Since I came up with this brilliant idea, I think we should put the new house in my name. It'll make things a lot easier.
In your name? But it was my money, Nathan.
I know, but this way it'll be our family home. We're a couple who love each other. We share anything.
I don't know. You know it's a gift from my parents. Shouldn't it be in my name?
Come on, love. It's just a formality. We're married after all. And besides, it's easier for me to handle things if it's in my name. Trust me, it's the best way to protect our investment.
Well, if you say so, Nathan. I trust you.
That's my girl. I'll take care of everything. I've even found a buyer for our old house.
So fast? You're amazing, Nathan. Everything is falling into place.
See, everything is working out perfectly. And you'll see, this will be the best decision we've ever made. Alice, can you please talk to your dad about the TV volume? It's like he's watching a rock concert in there.
Nathan, he's hard of hearing. You know that. Why don't you use headphones?
Headphones? Why should I be inconvenienced because of him?
He's my father. He lives here too.
Whatever, and your mom left the lights on again? It's like a disco in the house.
She sometimes forgets. You can just turn them off.
I shouldn't have to do that every time I walk into a room.
It's a simple thing. Why are you making a big deal out of it?
And your parents' cooking smells linger in the house for hours. It's nauseating.
What's with the complaints, Nathan? They're just making their meals. They're your in-laws and it's their home too. You know what's a big deal, Nathan? Your sister's crashing here without notice. They treat here like it's a playground.
They're family too. What's wrong with that? If the house can fit your parents, they should stop complaining about my sisters coming over.
That's not the same. You know they bring their kids and they mess up the whole place. It's not easy cleaning a house as big as this, you know?
Everything! This place is turning into a circus with your whole family.
Nathan, this was your idea. You said we should all live together.
Well, I thought it would be different. Your parents should be in a retirement home, not here. They're a burden to us.
How can you say that? They raised me. They're your in-laws. Your family too. Now you want to kick them out?
I'm just being practical, Alice. This situation is getting out of hand.
Nathan, please. I can't take this anymore. You love me, but you always make me feel bad about myself. You criticize my clothes, my friends, my parents, everything.
I'm just trying to make our lives better, Alice. You should appreciate that.
I love you so much, Nathan, but I can't let you treat my parents this way. They deserve respect and love in our home.
Well, maybe we should reconsider living with them. It's causing me too much stress.
No, Nathan, I won't abandon my parents. They're a part of my life, and I won't let you push them away.
Fine, do what you want, but don't expect me to put up with this forever.
Nathan, I want us to work this out, but not at the expense of my family.
Your parents are not supposed to be my problem.
You know what? I need some time alone. I can't do this anymore. Nathan, we need to talk about your sisters.
Oh, not this again.
They came over again with their kids, and it was chaos. You should have seen how they left the place.
Alice, they're just having fun with their kids. You should be more understanding. And their family, Alice. What's the big deal?
The big deal is that they disrespected my parents. Jess called my mom the mother of a barren child because my mom told her to be careful around the stairs. That's not okay.
They were just joking. You're too sensitive.
Joking? Nathan, your sisters have been mocking me ever since we got married. And it's a joke? You don't see me mocking them for being single moms, do you?
Come on, Alice. You're lucky to have me and my family. You should be grateful for everything we do for you.
Grateful? What's that supposed to mean?
I let you and your parents stay in this house, remember?
What the hell does that even mean? I bought this house.
But my name is on the paperwork.
You're telling me this because I asked you to talk to your sisters? What they said was unacceptable. I won't let anyone disrespect my parents, not even your sisters. You must talk to them.
Remember? I won't, Alice. They're my sisters, and they can do as they please.
Well, I won't stand by and let them disrespect my family. If you won't talk to them, then I will.
Do whatever you want, Alice, but don't expect me to support you in this.
Nathan, what's going on? Why are my parents outside with their bags? What's going on?
I've decided it's time for you and your parents to find your own place to live.
What? Nathan, this is our house. I bought it.
Alice, the house is in my name, and any lawyer will back me on this. I have every right to boot you out. You've got no claim.
You didn't contribute a penny to this house, Nathan. That's not fair.
Life isn't always fair, Alice. I married someone as frustrating as you with terrible in-laws.
Nathan, please think about this. You can't just send us out like this, Nathan. This is our home. We're family. How could you even think of doing this to me and my parents?
I already have. It's time for you to be responsible for your parents. You three can crawl back into the gutter where you belong.
I can't believe you're doing this, Nathan. After everything we've been through?
It's for the best, Alice. I need my space, and I can't have your parents living here anymore.
You're heartless, Nathan. How can you be so cruel to my parents?
You're not my problem. You and your parents need to leave.
You heartless, controlling... I can't believe I ever loved you.
Love? What a joke. Love? You think you're so high and mighty? Got a big house without my permission, crammed your parents into the house, always complaining about my sisters?
I'm sick of you.
Suit yourself, Alice. I'll be just fine without you and your parents.
Fine. If that's how you want it, then we'll leave. But this is the end for us, Nathan. I can't be with someone so heartless and selfish.
Suit yourself, Alice. I'll be just fine without you and your parents.
Goodbye, Nathan. You've shown your true colors today.
Alice? Something strange is happening? There are people moving into the house?
Really? That's odd. I wonder what's going on.
You don't know anything about this?
No, Nathan. Why would I?
But you were living there before, and now someone else is moving in? Is this a prank or something?
Oh, Nathan. You really should have paid more attention to the paperwork.
What do you mean?
Well, Nathan, I didn't want to tell you before, but I sold the house 1 week before you kicked us out.
What? You couldn't have sold the house without my signature.
That's the thing, Nathan. The house was never in your name.
What are you talking about? We agreed to put it in my name.
Yes, we did agree, but I changed my mind.
Changed your mind? You can't just change ownership like that.
The house was never in your name, Nathan. I had it in my mother's name from the beginning.
What? That can't be right. I remember signing the documents.
You signed a document, Nathan. But it wasn't for the house. I had planned to put it in your name, but I changed my mind.
Wait, what are you saying?
You see, Nathan, I had everything planned out from the beginning. I wanted to put the house in your name initially. How silly I was. I found out that you were still gambling, Nathan, despite promising me that you had stopped years ago. I couldn't trust you with our home. So I bought the house in my mother's name instead.
You're not joking?
You should have double-checked the documents before kicking us out, Nathan.
Wait, so all this time I thought it was mine?
I didn't want to tell you because I thought you'd change. But you kicked me and my parents out, Nathan. You left me no choice. You should have treated us better, Nathan. You let your greed and arrogance blind you.
You're ruining me, Alice. I'm being asked to leave the house immediately. They're threatening to call the cops?
Nathan, you made your choice when you kicked us out. You thought you could control everything. Now you have to face the consequences. Maybe it's time for you to learn some humility, Nathan.
Alice, you can't just do this to me.
Yes, Nathan, I did. And you played with our marriage and my trust. You thought you were so clever, gambling away our savings, thinking the house was your ace in the hole, but it wasn't. And now you've lost it all.
What do I do now, Alice? I have nothing left.
That's something you need to figure out on your own, Nathan. My parents and I are happy together, and we don't need you or your family's toxic behavior in our lives.
Alice, please, I beg you. I'm about to become homeless now.
Maybe you should have thought about that before you kicked me and my parents out. You see, Nathan, you underestimated me. You thought I was just a naive wife who would blindly follow you. But I'm not. I'm a businesswoman, and I've worked hard for my success. I won't let anyone, not even my own husband, jeopardize that.
I messed up, Alice. I know that now. Can we work this out?
No, Nathan. You had your chances, but you chose to lie and gamble away our future. My parents and I deserve better. You need to face the consequences of your actions.
Alice, please reconsider. I can't lose you. I messed up, I admit it, but I love you. I'll change, I promise.
It's so early in the morning for this. And no, Nathan, it's too late. I can't trust you anymore. You've broken my trust and hurt my parents. I won't go back on my decision. You kept secrets from me, gambled away our future, and then tried to kick my parents and me out of our own home. How can I trust you again?
Alice, I will do anything to make things right. We can go to therapy and work through this together.
You're the one who needs therapy. Plus, therapy won't change the fact that you are a terrible husband. You made my parents feel unwelcome in their own home. You let your sisters disrespect me and my family. Gosh, they use every opportunity to call me barren.
I know, and I hate myself for it. I was stupid and blind, but I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make amends.
Do you know how much you've hurt me, Nathan? I had to protect my family from your reckless behavior. I bought a new house, a better one, for my parents, and I'm living there with them.
You know I can claim half of your assets as alimony, right? I'll make sure you regret this.
Go ahead, Nathan. Claim whatever you want. But here's the truth you can't escape. All my assets are now in my mother's name. You won't get a penny.
Alice, please, I'm begging you.
You beg now? Where was the humility when you were disrespecting my parents and gambling away our future? You lied to me, Nathan, and you never stopped your gambling. You let your sisters insult me and my family. I deserve better, and so do my parents. I've been protecting myself and my family from your impulsiveness. I'm the one who's divorcing you now.
Alice, please, one more chance.
Nathan, you've had your chances, and you blew them. I can't go back to a life where I'm constantly worried about your gambling and your lack of consideration for my family.
Alice, I'll change, I swear. Please don't do this. I can't imagine my life without you. Please, Alice, please.
No, Nathan, it's over. Goodbye. Nathan let his ignorance destroy our marriage and his business. And coupled with his gambling, he lost everything, including his business. Now he's broke and homeless, living on the street. His sisters have abandoned him now that they see he has nothing left to give them. Now he's been trying to reach me, begging for a second chance. But I've moved on, surrounded by the love and support of my family. I've filed for divorce and closed the chapter on a toxic relationship. Now I live in my mansion with my dear parents, and business is doing so well. I've never been so happy in my entire life.